Hi, and welcome back to Football Made Simple. With Ten Hag coming through the doors and ready to implement a new possession-oriented style of play, the Manchester United starting 11 is in need of a rebuild. There are several areas that could be targeted, but in this video we'll focus on 3 key regions. Without further ado, let's get into it. And to keep up with transfers for your favorite teams and players throughout the off-season, check out our video sponsor OneFootball. With OneFootball, you can follow whichever teams, players, or leagues you want, and OneFootball even shows you how likely a transfer is to happen, helping you to separate fact from fiction. The best part is you can get it absolutely free through my link down in the description, and it helps to support the channel. So, with Ten Hag, there are several areas that could potentially be changed, either due to a lack of player quality, or, more often, the player just not being a good stylistic fit. But to take a realistic approach, rather than bringing 7 players into the first 11, we'll focus on 3 crucial positions: right back, defensive midfield, and central midfield. Ten Hag is expected to primarily line up in a 4-3-3, and in earlier iterations of Ajax, the right back was much more traditional, looking to primarily stay wide during the build-up, whilst high up, in the attack he would still provide the width. This year, we have often seen him utilise Mazraoui as an inverted fullback. So, our honourable mention is Baku out of Wolfsburg, who at 24 is at an excellent age for a big move. But the first suggestion is someone who is much more in the mould of an attacking overlapping fullback, Brighton's Tariq Lamptey. The Brighton youngster stands out offensively, and playing as a wing-back for Potter means that his main role is to hold the width, so a problem has been that he is much less involved in the build-up play than Ten Hag would like. But with the ball at his feet, he is electric, often using his close control and searing pace to get past his man. As a result, his almost 10 progressive carries put him in the 99th percentile versus other fullbacks, and his completed dribbles put him in the top 92%. His highly advanced positions help him to create 2.71 shot creating actions per game in the 88th percentile, and he has an impressive 2.6 touches in the box per game. Defensively, as to be expected in Potter's system, he is an excellent presser, and his pace means that playing in Ten Hag's high-line system, he would be important in making great recovery runs. However, the cons are that Brighton will demand a high transfer fee, and he has a concerning injury record. In addition, he has been playing wing-back and not full-back, so he needs to be tested out more defensively. He is also not as involved on the ball as Ten Hag would like, so he may struggle to invert, but the eye test shows that he may have enough technical ability to do so if asked. The second suggestion is much more unorthodox, and leave your comments of what you think about this suggestion down below. It is Atletico Madrid's Marcos Llorente. Llorente is highly versatile and has played in 7 positions throughout his career, including right back on occasion. When he has done so, he has been solid and has the pace and energy to overlap when needed. But the main reason he may suit this system is as an inverted fullback. If United become a high possession side, he will consistently find himself inverting into the midfield region where he naturally fits, a la Zinchenko at Manchester City. So this gives Ten Hag a capable right-back solution who is also good on the ball and can invert into the midfield. And although his passing may not be the most threatening for a regular midfielder, for an inverted fullback it will be more than fine. The cons are that as a midfielder, his strengths are usually running with the ball and off of it, so this inverted role may stifle that. In addition, he's not actually a right back, so it may be tough to convince him to come to United to play full-time as a right back, and the price tag is likely to be hefty. In defensive midfield, Ten Hag likes a metronome with excellent distribution, who is also astute at winning the ball back. Think Rodri or Fabinho. However, the first suggestion is Calvin Phillips out of Leeds. In 21-22 he has struggled with injuries, but he made his qualities clear in the 2021 season. Phillips played a more possession-oriented style under Bielsa, so he knows when to drop between the centre-backs to assist the build-up play and when to hold his position higher to receive the ball. When he does receive the ball, Phillips is much more expansive in his passing, looking to spread the play. Without the ball, he is incredibly proactive, perhaps a function of the system he plays in. Rather than just patrolling the area, he seeks to apply pressure, with almost 30 pressures per game putting him in the 98th percentile. His tackle, interception, and block numbers also rank favourably. The disadvantage with Phillips is, as discussed, his potential injury woes, as well as having to pay a premium for a British player. That theme continues with our first choice recommendation, and perhaps the obvious choice, Declan Rice. Rice has gone from strength to strength in the last couple of seasons, and is a key factor in West Ham's impressive performances. He excels in possession, whether this is through short passing or his more expansive longer range passing, with 4.26 progressive passes per 90. But this season he has added a new element to his game, often driving past opposition midfielders in a Yaya Toure-esque manner to move his team up the pitch, with his 6.6 progressive carries per 90 putting him in the 91st percentile for midfielders. And off the ball he's just as impressive, and although less front foot than Phillips, he protects his defenders well, making vital interceptions when necessary. In fact, the only con to Rice would be his massive price tag. The second midfielder we're looking for will operate in a more flexible box-to-box manner like Gravenberch did for Ten Hag at Ajax. Our honourable mention is again Calvin Phillips, who I believe could operate more box-to-box rather than just as a defensive midfielder, as well as Yuri Tielemans, who is coming towards the end of his Leicester contract. Our first suggestion is the much touted move for Frenkie de Jong. It is undoubted that he is a quality midfielder, but he's also versatile and has played in multiple positions in his career. On the ball, his technical ability is second to none, and he is excellent at retaining the ball, either by holding onto it, as he's quite press resistant, or short passes. But de Jong is a line breaker, and this can be by finding men higher up between the lines with his 5.4 progressive passes, putting him in the 81st percentile. He's also an elite carrier of the ball, being in the 94th percentile in this metric. Off the ball, de Jong is competent but not elite, so a more capable defensive midfielder next to him would be an advantage. The disadvantage of de Jong is that he'll be resistant to moving clubs. However, Barcelona's financial situation may force a move. But an ideal signing could be Napoli's Fabian Ruiz. Ruiz is also versatile, but his best position is as a central midfielder, where he quite simply excels. In possession, he's Napoli's heartbeat, averaging over 80 passes per game, and these aren't just side-to-side passes. Ruiz's 5.35 progressive passes per 90 put him in the 83rd percentile. In addition, he has 3 shot creating actions per 90, which is better than 86% of midfielders. He also carries the ball brilliantly, being in the 84th percentile for midfielders. All of this makes him an excellent box-to-box player, and quite well suited to Ten Hag's system. Overall, making United title challenges again is a multi-season process, but these are just a few of the signings that could undoubtedly take them to the next phase. But what do you think of my suggestions? Drop yours down below. I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, you might enjoy the content available on my Patreon. Not only does Patreon help to support the continued production of content, as I am a one-man team, but it also gives you early access to videos that will come on the channel. You'll also get exclusive videos, get to vote on polls, and so much more. And it's cheaper than ever, no longer having a tier system, so everyone on the Patreon gets access to all the content. So head over to patreon.com/footballmadesimple to check it out. And a special thanks to my patrons, including Alexander Vrably and Andrei Wojcik. But that's all for today, and remember, keep it simple.